fluffy face of Diablo. I was curious.
Fluffy.
I was curious. I see a lot of mechanics that we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have
Everyone's got a
phones,
phone.
right?
You can play on your tablet too.
Yes, it's also on the Switch. You're right.
Hello.
Blizzard definitely didn't expect what they got when they, pretty much announced and revealed the new Diablo game, or should I say, the new mobile Diablo game, because Diablo Immortal is not an actual PC title or anything that, just Diablo fans in general, gaming fans in general, probably would have expected. No. This is a mobile game, and Diablo fans are pissed. So here's a probably shocking tidbit of news for you to hear, okay? I have never played a single Diablo game in my life. Never have played it. I don't think, at least. I've always heard that they're really good games, and I've never heard anyone say anything bad, really, about these games. I've always just, heard very good things about them. I've never picked any of them up. I've considered doing so a few different times when they go on sale and stuff like that, but I just never really have gotten into it. I don't know. Maybe that's something I'll have to do, but, this is just crazy to watch. Honestly, it's kind of funny in some regards, because this game is just shaping up to be a dumpster fire, both on the community side and probably on the game side as well, because honestly, there's just, I don't think, any examples really of a mobile game from a franchise like Diablo ever coming to mobile and it just being good, Fallout Shelter is garbage, and I think that might be really the only mobile game I can remember from a AAA franchise that I've actually played. Now, the community has a really good reason to be mad about this, and honestly, I'm kind of glad to see that they are mad about this, because it's been quite a minute since Diablo 3, and Diablo fans have been waiting for a new game in the franchise for years now. So obviously, you can imagine how disappointed they'd be when Blizzard holds this event. They've been teasing this, and then everyone who's a Diablo fan comes to this event hoping to see something about a new actual Diablo game, just to have Blizzard pretty much mock them on stage and to reveal this mobile game that nobody in the community wanted or asked for. Now, I've been reading a lot of articles about this, and I see a couple different viewpoints from different articles and stuff like that, and I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the controversy around this game, because I 100% side with the community about this game. As a Call of Duty fan, I can only imagine how pissed most of us would be, since we've been waiting for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and Diablo fans have even wanted remastered Diablo games, but I can only imagine how pissed the whole Call of Duty community would be if next year Activision came on stage and said, hey guys, guess what? We're remastering Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, but here's the catch. It's not going to be on console, it's not going to be on PC, you will be able to play for the first time these games on mobile. Not only would I not really be surprised if that happened, but I would also be kind of pissed, because, you might as well just poke them in the eye while you're at it. And if you're Blizzard, you should have thought this through much better, because Diablo is a game that is primarily played on PC, and then of course there's console players and stuff too. If you're going to announce a new Diablo game, the very last thing you want to do is announce to a passionate PC community that they're not getting a new Diablo game. As a matter of fact, the only people who will be getting a new Diablo game are mobile gamers, and knowing how mobile gaming goes, this isn't going to be any traditional Diablo game or anything. This is just going to be some sort of microtransaction farm for Blizzard. This all even culminated into a point where the crowd reacted by, at the panel, asking questions, even asking if it was a April Fool's joke from Blizzard, which the community around him actually applauded, which that's not a good sign if you're revealing a game. And the worst thing, honestly, when I watch back on this clip and I look at it and I see, number one, how the community in this, arena itself has reacted to the news by booing the people on stage. The last thing you want to do is kind of shit on them and kind of poke at them, because when everyone was talking and everything about it, the guy on stage said, and I quote, "Do you guys not have phones?" I think the last thing you want to do when you announce a game to boos, actually, from a crowd of passionate players within that franchise is to ask something like that. Don't you all have phones? Everybody has a goddamn television too, but that doesn't mean that they want a TV built-in app Diablo game, you know? This just wasn't the way to approach it on Blizzard's part, and they really should have considered holding a mobile game at least beyond actually releasing a game on PC. The community has reacted very, very negatively. It has become somewhat of a controversy in the gaming community after this all has happened because, like I said, Diablo fans never wanted a mobile game. There was no demand for a mobile game. Everyone was waiting on Diablo 4. Blizzard lets everyone know that this event will have some sort of Diablo related event going on inside of it, and then they tell them that there's multiple Diablo productions going on right now, and then when everyone thinks they're gonna get a Diablo 4 game, they just get this shitty mobile game that, knowing Blizzard, will likely end up with some form of microtransactions that are either pay to win or just complete spam inside of the game. And I can't blame people for being upset about it, you know? I can't blame people for tearing the subreddit apart. I can't blame people for getting on social media to voice their concerns. I can't blame the people in that event for asking such questions as, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke when something like this comes up? When I first heard about this, I didn't even know it was a mobile game. I just heard Diablo Immortal's coming out and people were pissed, and I was like, well, I haven't ever played a Diablo game that I can remember. It doesn't really matter to me. But then looking into this, seeing that clip, and seeing how Blizzard has reacted in a very tone-deaf manner, this is an example. This is what people have been talking about. This is highlighting a major issue in the gaming industry. I just don't get how Blizzard thinks that it's appropriate to respond to all of this backlash with this rhetoric as if just because they have phones, they have to play our mobile game, you know? After this happened, there are now calls for boycotts, there are petitions to get the game canceled, there's accusations against Blizzard for removing dislikes on the cinematic and gameplay trailers, which have huge amounts of dislikes. But then according to Kotaku in this article, I know it's Kotaku, I know. The BlizzCon executive producer actually admitted that they were expecting backlash, but not to this degree. And this is my point. If you were expecting backlash and you knew that the community didn't want this, why did you come on stage with this product? I think that the community would have been much happier if you just came on stage and said, look, we have a mobile game coming out, however, we are going to have Diablo 4 out before it. There is another Diablo game coming very soon, but they didn't do that. They came out on stage, they announced this product no one wanted, they got booed, and then reacted probably in the worst way possible because, I mean, I understand you think backlash is coming, but you don't react that way to the people, you know? But another problem with the game that has been highlighted by some fans is that there have been art and assets and other things from previous Diablo games cut and actually put into this mobile game. However, these are just accusations. The people behind Diablo have denied this. They've said that these different assets and stuff have been built from the ground up for this game. Something in this article, though, that I do want to talk about is it says, and I quote, "The explosion of outrage has many on social media discussing the extent to which video game culture enables entitlement." You know, the whole thing about being a consumer is that you are entitled. Okay? You don't have to be a cunt, you don't have to be an ass about things, but you are entitled to the product that you want. That's the beautiful thing about capitalism and competition, is that you very clearly have something that you want, you're entitled to, you have the money, you're the one buying it, and someone has to put up. If no one's making the product, you go make the product. If the product's being made, other people are going to make the product, there's going to be competition, better products are made from that. So the whole idea that video game culture enables entitlement is, I feel like, a little bit flawed, but has some ground to it because that's just how we as consumers behave in the first place. There's people who go into McDonald's, they're entitled to food as well, most of the time at least, and then when they go in there and they don't have whatever they want or they don't get their food in time, people are going to act very, very similar to how they're acting now, except they're doing it in front of somebody. They're not really doing it in a Reddit post or doing it in the crowd of some auditorium, you know? The video game culture does enable entitlement, but so doesn't pretty much all markets. Because if there was no entitlement to want the product that you want, and then to get it from somebody, there wouldn't really be business, you know? I hope you understand what I'm saying. I think that goes a bit too far, and it pins too much blame, you know? Anyways, let me know what you think down below. If you did enjoy, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're brand new around here, follow me on Twitter at @subtooptimus, join the Discord down below, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus not playing Immortal and signing out.